Aisha Willard, a mother who just wanted to support her baby, said, "The pressure was really on as I had to work twice as hard through a difficult treatment process to prove my worth. I then went on to have a miscarriage a month later due to the stress, and I took one day off to recover because I was so worried about losing my job." This happens to more moms than you may think, and not having paid maternity leave adds to more stress to upcoming mothers. If you are planning to have children in the future or support your wife, this applies to you because of the amount of maternity leave and how much of your salary you will receive. Today I will show you a picture that explains the U.S. and how the U.S. is behind in maternity leave, 2 problems with the lack of maternity leave and pay, 1 proposal, 1 model, and finally a good thing that can come from maternity leave, paid maternity leave. The picture that I will show you will count as my source, showing how far behind the U.S. is with paid maternity leave. As you can tell from the chart, the U.S. is in dead last with this, while other countries have the common decency to allow mothers to take time off for their children while also being paid. I feel like this picture is relevant to my speech by setting a ground point showing how companies in the U.S. could give paid maternity leave, but most do not. According to Statista on May 6, 2022, despite the progress at state level, there is very little change in the number of U.S. women taking maternity leave over the past 20 years. I feel like this is because mothers are too scared of losing their jobs, and it adds to the fact that if there was more paid maternity leave with these companies, these women could go and have a stress-free birth. Another problem that comes up with no paid maternity leave is leaving mothers with no money while they go and have a baby. Although mothers can save money with their significant other before leaving to give birth, on average, there is not enough money to raise the child while on maternity leave, especially if you are not getting paid. According to the Human Rights Watch, on February 23, 2011, parents said that having scarce or no paid leave contributed to delaying babies' immunizations, which is shots, postpartum depression, and other health problems. Many who took unpaid leave went into debt, and some were forced to seek public assistance. This adds more stress to parents, as they cannot provide necessities for their newborn. It also leads to mental health problems that can affect the parents while trying to care for their new baby. Paid maternity leave will solve these problems, leaving the mothers with enough cash flow to raise their child while not working. My first solution consists of a proposal that will boost paid maternity leave to women to relieve all the stress in leaving for maternity leave. This leaves us with the proposal and provision of the Build Back Better Act, and will function accordingly. According to the Women's Health Policy on October 1st, 2021, effective July 2023, the proposal would guarantee 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave annually to all workers in the U.S., including those working for private employees, state, local, federal governments, and as well as self-employed and gig workers. This not only ensures federal employees, which South Carolina has already taken care of, but also every type of worker in the state. This allows all mothers and fathers to leave for work for 12 weeks while also being paid. This takes away the stress of the 2 problems I had mentioned before. 12 weeks is a long time, and being paid during it will ensure that parents have enough money and time to at least get a start with raising their child. My second solution is to follow the New York model in 2021. According to the New York State Paid Family Leave on January 1st, 2018, employees are eligible for 12 weeks of leave with 67% of their AWW. AWW stands for average weekly wage, and although this is not your full salary, it is still 12 weeks of leave. This also allows mothers to still have some form of cash flow without having to worry about not having money while taking care of your newborn. This is a downgrade from my previous solution, which gives you 12 weeks and a full salary, but it is still enough to care for and provide for your newborn for those 12 weeks that you are out. My counter-argument consists of leaving companies with a position that needs to be filled. Although you are having a baby, you are leaving your employer with an empty space for however long you are going to be out for. This also brings up paid maternity leave because if the company is paying for it, they are basically paying you for you to sit at home. This may sound harsh, but companies still need to make their money and will not stop operating to hand out free money for 12 weeks while you stay at home. Although I see it in the eyes of the employer, I also see that if you are a viable asset to the team, the company will understand and that you have to give birth to a child and will try their best to cooperate with your needs. You can also work from home, but with certain jobs, so you will still be providing for your employer even though you are not at work. To close my speech, I will go over one more thing that has come good from paid maternity leave. This is one good thing that came from it, and it may have saved a part of most of our childhoods completely. When technical directors were working on Toy Story 2, they accidentally deleted it and had no way of getting it back. According to Independent, on February 17, 2022, luckily, Sussman had been working from home a lot because she had a newborn baby. So the team realized it was possible that she could have gotten a more recent backup on her computer since Sussman was on maternity leave. She still had the backup on her computer while working from home and completely recovered the movie. This could be the start of many examples of what can happen when paid maternity leave is put into place. In conclusion, I went over a picture to explain how the U.S. is behind in paid maternity leave, 2 problems, 2 solutions, and something good that could flourish from paid maternity leave. I will leave you with a quote from Takarda Zenyatta. Repetition is the path to mastery.